So I'm sure if you're pretty active in the whole Instagram world, you would have seen the Kardashians or the Jenners or the YouTube stars or even those irrelevant 2016-17 Instagram comedians doing these massive giveaways this year with tens of thousands of dollars in prizes. And chances are, if you're an online business owner or sort of follow some of those businessy entrepreneurial pages, you've had a lot of people sliding in your DMs trying to sell you a spot on these giveaways to make you famous overnight for a fee. And these here are potentially the biggest scam on Instagram of 2019 for most people. Let me explain. So if you aren't entirely sure what these are, it's essentially when someone famous gives away, let's say $50,000 worth of prizes, bunch of Louis Vuitton bags, a bunch of, Gucci stuff or iPhones or cash or a car or something along these lines worth a lot of money. And to enter, all you got to do is go and follow 60 or so people. Usually what they do is they set up an account, for example, Josh Ryan Giveaways, and they then go and follow these 60 people who are a part of the competition. And then in the caption, when they post, when Kim Kardashian posts, it's like, hey, go win all this money or all these bags or this car. All you got to do is follow everyone that I am following on at Josh Ryan Giveaways. Now, for giveaways such as like Kim Kardashian's and these massive celebrities, the people participating in these are gaining like 150,000 plus followers in the space of like 48 hours, even if they don't have a following at all. If they're no one, they've got a couple thousand followers. So it's very big numbers, and the people participating in these giveaways are sometimes paying $5,000 to $10,000 to $20,000. I've even seen someone selling spots on Kim Kardashian's giveaway for $50,000, believe it or not. And this usually varies based on how direct it is, how large the influencer is. For someone like Kim Kardashian, I would say that the wholesale price is probably close to $20,000 to get in, because people are gaining like 150 to 200,000. For someone like a small time with a few million followers, you might be paying 2,000 or 3,000 wholesale, and then on top of that you're going to have resellers that are getting clients in. So maybe if Kim Kardashian's charging say 20,000, you might have like a couple middlemen. You might have Kim Kardashian that's selling it for 20,000, then you've got her managers selling it for 25, and then you've got agency people like myself, even though I don't sell these, that are selling it to clients for 30,000. And so the client pays them 30, they get to keep 5, they pay 25 to the manager keeps 5, pays 20 direct to Kim. You get the whole point of things. Then if you go ahead for a big giveaway like Kim Kardashian, let's say she's got 50 people that are paying $20,000 per spot, you do the math quite quickly there, and that is a cool $1 million just like that for one giveaway. Now, let's say she's spending $100,000 on prizes. She's going to give away a couple of brand new Tesla Cybertrucks. She's going to give away a ton of Gucci bags, 100 or so iPhones. I don't know what she's giving away, but she's just netted herself a nice $900,000 profit for giving away stuff to her audience. So her audience is going to grow as well. Pretty awesome deal if you ask me. And there's a pretty awesome deal for the middlemen as well out there in your DMs trying to sell you these. I mean, if they are paying $25,000 to get a client as part of the giveaway, and their client's paying them $30,000, and they get 5 clients to participate in this giveaway, they've just netted themselves a nice $25,000 in profit from essentially just making a couple of connections. It literally could have been as much as a few days' work, as long as you've already got the reputation and the connections from past transactions and trust that you've built up. So there's a lot of money being made off these giveaways. It's crazy numbers. But that's about where the winners of this whole scheme end. The middlemen, the celebs, and the organizers. The people paying for these giveaways are getting massively ripped off, if you ask me, unless, of course, it's a specific situation where they are a celeb, they are a YouTuber, or their target demographic is 8 to 13-year-olds from the US who don't have any money to spend. So look at it like this. I assume most of the people following me are in the entrepreneurship niche. A lot of my clients are entrepreneurs, speakers, authors. So that's sort of where I'm working in, and that's why I understand a lot of this sort of thing. So look at it this way. If you're an entrepreneur and you post about e-commerce, you know your stuff super well, you're making 6 figures per month from your e-commerce stores, so you're an expert, you know what you're doing, but at the same time, you're upfront and real with people. You're not sitting there telling people that you're going to be able to build a 6-figure business in 2 months. You're not flexing 24/7 your rented cars and landed private jets that you're doing photo shoots in. You don't lie to people about being able to become successful within a few weeks, and you're not doing all of that trickery that a lot of people do to try and sell their stuff. If you're just a genuine person putting out content, here's an example. Real Emma Reed on Instagram. She's an e-commerce lady. She's smashing it. She doesn't have a course. She doesn't flex all the time like that. She's just putting out pure value 24/7. She's worth a follow if you're trying to learn about e-commerce. But anyway, let's use the example of that sort of person there, which I assume a lot of you people are, and I would hope that I sort of fit into that category as well, but not for e-commerce. Now, to enter this giveaway, the fans are not even going to look at your profile. They're going to go to @Josh Ryan Giveaways. They're going to click on the following tab, and they're going to just go through and go follow these 60 people that it is following, or the 50 people that it is following. They're not going to go and look at your profile, check out your website, like a bunch of your posts, send you a message and be like, hey, just read your bio. Looks like you're crushing it. I started a store. How can I get started? They're not going to be doing that. They're not going to care about you. What they care about is getting the Tesla Cybertruck, or getting the free iPhone, or getting the Louis Vuitton bag. They do not care at all about you. And because of this fact, because of the fact they don't even put the effort in to look at your profile, Instagram are going to assume that they're not very interested in your content. That's just the way that the algorithm works. If someone doesn't even take the time to look at your profile, let alone view your story, look at your highlights, like your posts, comment on your posts, etc., or even just show up to your profile, Instagram assume they are not really interested in your profile, which would be a very fair assumption to make. And in doing so, that means the algorithm's just going to assume you don't want to see their content, which is probably true. And on the off chance that this person does see one of your posts, maybe you make a post the next day, on the very slim chance that they do actually see your post show up, do you think they're going to care? Like, really? These audiences that are doing these giveaways, like I said, it's 8 to 14-year-old followers, mostly from the US. Do you think they're going to care about your winning Facebook ad strategy that helped you scale your store? It might be the best Facebook ad strategy in the world, but a 12-year-old that's playing Fortnite and football is not going to care. They want to know what Logan Paul's up to, or they want to know, about the new skin that's coming out in Fortnite, or they want to watch some football game. They don't care about your Facebook ad strategy, or some new property that you just flipped, or your new Instagram growth hack if you're myself. Heck no, they do not want to know about that. They don't care. So it's unlikely that they will like it. And from that point on, they haven't looked at your profile. They haven't looked at your content. They've been shown one of your posts and they've given it no time of day whatsoever. From that point on, Instagram are going to well and truly assume they don't want to see your content, and that'll basically be how it works. They won't engage with your content. They won't like it. And you've essentially just got yourself a ghost follower that's following you, but they're never going to see your content, especially if they're following like hundreds of people. Instagram will show them the content that they want to see. They'll show them the TikTok star or the gamer or the whatever that wants to learn and see that content. And they do this because they want to keep their users on the platform for as long as possible so that they can show them more ads and Instagram can make more money. Now, on top of this, let's go continue with the example of the e-commerce guru. Let's say you've got 10,000 followers and you average 500 likes. You're doing pretty well. You've got an engaged audience. That's 5% engagement. And then if your follower shoots up to 200,000 followers because you jumped in on Kim K's giveaway, or you jumped in on a bunch of smaller celebs that have got 10 million followers, still insane by the way, I wish I had 10 million, but small compared to Kim K, and you gain 50 to 100, whatever the numbers might be. Let's say you went up to 100k, your engagement, your amount of likes would be maximum 1,000. You're probably looking at 700 to 1,000, which is 200 to 500 new likes per photo, I guess. And you've gained 90k followers, which means now your engagement rate has gone from 5%, which was actually pretty good, down to less than 1%. And what this is going to do is kill your organic reach and growth. So Instagram will start showing your content to less of your own fans, which will destroy your reach. And they're going to stop showing it to new people, which will hurt your growth. And the reason for this is because when Instagram see that you've got a massive drop in the engagement percentage, less people as a percentage are engaging with your content, Instagram shot to less people so they can show the more engaging content, which keeps people on the platform and keeps them being able to show ads and make more money. Instagram's a business. Never forget that. So when they see this drastic drop in the percentage of people engaging with your content, it's just going to mean that even less of the people who were originally following and liking you will see your content, because if the page is getting less engagement, it's going to be pushing that content back in the algorithm. So not only will your new followers likely never see your content, or most of them will likely never see it, your existing fans will see less of it as well. So you're essentially paying thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars to get a bunch of numbers on your following tab and losing engagement and potentially dropping your traffic and revenue from Instagram and completely ruining your organic growth and reach. Although, enough with the doom and gloom, because with these sort of videos that I'm putting out, I do like to be very open-minded and look at both sides of the equation. So to play devil's advocate, these giveaways do work in a couple of very specific situations, which I'm going to run through now. So firstly, they will work if you're looking for a super young US audience that are likely very materialistic. So for example, this could be a model. If you are a super attractive young person in your teens or 20s, etc., and you're constantly flaunting your lifestyle, your travel, your money, your good looks, whatever, these giveaways will probably do all right for you. Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, these people here, Alyssa Violet, whatever, they're all models. They've all got a young audience. And so if you're trying to attract that audience, if you get promoted by them, chances are this will do well. Because when someone that has no idea who you are sees this beautiful young woman on their page and they are a young dude, they're going to like that. It's just pretty natural. And vice versa. If it's a incredibly good looking guy, young girl sees that, they're probably going to engage with it, because, you know, half the content on Instagram is models that is being engaged with like this. So it's a way of getting you more exposure if you're a model. And if you are a model, I would potentially look into doing this. It could work well for you. On the other hand, if you're a trendy YouTuber that's got millions of subscribers and you're sort of in that lifestyle, this could work well for you. Let's say you're Logan Paul or Jake Paul and you get a giveaway, you gain 100,000, 200,000 new followers and overnight, and then these new followers see you in their feed. They're like, oh damn, I know Logan, I've seen his stuff on YouTube, I kind of like him. They're going to engage with you because they already know who you are. They just might not be following you. So when they see you, they'll probably engage. It'll probably work out rather nice. However, at the same time, if you're a mainstream US YouTuber with millions of subscribers, you're probably not watching this video trying to learn from me, who's got 2,000. You've probably got things sussed out. So I will say that 99.99999% of you won't be in that situation. On top of this, if you run an e-commerce store and you're selling to that demographic, it could work well for you as well. I guess it depends what you're trying to do, what your marketing strategy is. Although at the same time, I would say there would be better ways of doing this, such as paying Kim Kardashian to straight up promote your product. If you run a brand, I know a few years ago, a lady from New Zealand had a company selling waist trainers, and she paid, I think, Kylie Jenner $300,000 for a post, got a ton of exposure, got a ton of sales because Kim Kardashian was promoting this product rather than just people blindly following that don't care about your product or business. So I would say going for targeted shoutouts is still better, but you know, you can give it a try if you've got the money to do so. Now, the second situation where this will work well is if you are straight up clout chasing. All you care about is having a high follower number, then this giveaway will work. If you're an actor and you want to look credible on Instagram, if you're a rapper and you want to have fame on Instagram, then go for it. This will give you that. It'll give you a high number of people there. And if you're a rapper that's, you know, flexing your chain, flexing your whips, flexing your girls, that's probably actually going to get quite a lot of engagement because it's very visually appealing. So if you're posting very visually appealing content that appeals to a mainstream audience, especially a young US audience, then these giveaways could potentially work for you. But most of my audience, I assume, are more entrepreneurs, business people, or trying to get into that niche, and that's why I'm sort of saying it's bad to do. At the same time, if you're a speaker, motivational speaker, you don't care about your following, you're not trying to build a strong community on Instagram, etc. You just want a high number for when someone searches you, they're like, oh damn, they got 100k followers, or oh damn, they got 200k followers, and then they're more likely to book you for a gig, or they're more likely to work with your company, or they're more likely to have you on the podcast, or you're more likely to get them on your podcast, then that can do well. There's actually a few people who have done very well off this, that have done well. I mean, off the top of my head, there's a guy who did something very similar, not giveaways, but essentially a ton of fake followers, and I believe so anyway, this is just allegedly, I'm not totally sure, but did very well off that, and now has been able to make a lot of connections thanks to having a lot of followers, even though they're not super engaged. So the followers themselves don't make him money, but because he's got a high number, when people come across it, makes you look better and can get you in the door with a lot of people. So that there can work if you're clout chasing and don't care about it, but they are pretty much always ghost followers, and they're not going to turn into actual leads, buyers, and engaged fans. So if you're trying to build an audience of people who care, this is not the way to go. Although if that is your goal, just to get clout, just to get, notoriety, I guess, on Instagram, a quick Google search will show you that 100,000 US followers is going to cost you about $520, which is a fraction of what these giveaways are. It's like 5% of what these giveaways are going to be charging you, sometimes even 2 or 3% of what they're charging. Although at the same time, I do not endorse these, as it breaks the Instagram terms of service, just like I don't endorse giveaways because they also break the Instagram terms of service unless they've got the legal disclaimers in there, which a lot of the time they actually don't. So if you are an entrepreneur, a teacher, wanting to build your brand, do not do these. They are horrible and won't help you share your message, reach more people, and impact more lives. Instead, you can slide into my DMs at Josh Ryan on Instagram, and I'll give you some free advice, some free tips or tricks, depending on whereabouts you are on your journey and what budget you're with. And then if you want to, and if it suits, and if you got the budget to spend on it, we could look at running campaigns for you. But again, more than happy to give away free advice to stop people from doing bad things so that they can further spread their message, as long as you have a positive message. I'm not going to be looking to promote people that I don't agree with their message. So yeah, if you need some help, feel free to DM me on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this insight into giveaways and a bit more of an in-depth look at things, then smash the subscribe button. I'm putting out weekly videos all about growing on Instagram, making money online, and doing better things with that money. So make sure you subscribe, because I got plenty of cool content planned going into the new year, going into 2020. And if it is already 2020 by the time this video goes live, I hope you guys are having an awesome one. If it is not quite 2020, then, wishing you the best. Have a happy New Year's. Enjoy the holidays. Stay safe. And I will see you all in another video sometime soon.